Pocket holes, I know. Some people love them, others call them cheating. But did you know that 50% of woodworkers still use them today? I'm giving you 5 solid reasons why pocket holes are here to stay and why you might want to use them on your next project. If you've ever debated whether pocket holes are the right choice for your project, hit that like button and let's settle this once and for all. The first and one of the main reasons why woodworkers use pocket holes is because it's fast. Yes, it's very beginner friendly, but it really boils down to it is fast and effective. One of the biggest pros to using pocket holes is you do not have to sit around and wait for glue ups to fully adhere. Without the use of pocket holes, you would have to set everything up for your clamps, get everything all nice and square. And then, after everything's clamped, you play the waiting game. And in a fraction of the time, you can achieve the exact same thing with little to no downtime. Quick pro tip, I found that you don't really want to use an impact driver for pocket holes because you might just absolutely blow it through. So I found that just a normal drill and put it on the lower torque setting and you're less likely to really blow out. And in return, you have a nice and square joint. And for beginning woodworkers out there, you can get professional looking results very quickly. And point number 2, pocket holes are strong enough for most of your projects.
Did somebody say they needed some big guns?
How did you get in here?
Well, I got you covered, old boy.
Okay. Well, thank you for that bit of information, but I need to continue filming.
Well, anytime you need me, you just let me know.
One example of those strength rules are where you're placing your pocket holes. So on this one, we have the screws on the outside of the piece, and here we put them on the inside. Now, if we think about it, the angle of the pocket hole is going to take it this way towards the end of the board. On this side, it's going to go the opposite. It's going to go towards more of the meat of the board, which makes it a lot stronger. So let me demonstrate for you just how much of a difference that makes. Here we have the weaker joint, which, let's see, super easy. Over here, we have the joint that is going towards the meat of the board. A little bit harder. But when I was first starting out, I used pocket holes on a lot of different things like furniture, cabinets, shelving, shop jigs, shop furniture. Shop furniture is a great way for you to practice all these different techniques and get all of your skills honed in so when it comes to a paid project, you have those skills and are confident in yourself, your ability, and your tools to get the job done. Unfortunately, not every project needs complex mortise and tenon joinery. This thing is super nice, don't get me wrong, very, very nice to use, but I didn't always have it. Truth be told, I still don't have it. It's actually my dad's that I use quite a bit. To get the proper results, you are going to need to pick the right screw length based on the thickness of your material. Also, you don't need to add glue to every pocket hole joint. However, it is a great way to ensure that that joint is going to stay strong. And the third point, this one's a doozy. They're easy to be hidden and give you a nice, clean look. What I built in my last video is a great example of that. And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you go watch it. So as you can see here, I decided to put the pocket holes on the inside of the cabinet rather than the bottom because the bottom would be exposed to the world. That's a no-no. I want them to be as hidden as possible. Look, I don't care what you've read on the interwebs or your super craftsman Uncle Roger has told you. It doesn't matter. Pocket holes can be an essential joint in your shop. Now, if it's a shop project and you have some pocket holes visible, is that okay? Absolutely. I mean, it's shop furniture. However, I like to use shop furniture, like I said earlier, as practice for client projects or things that I want to look pristine. So, if at all possible, I'm going to hide all of my pocket holes. And you're going to do that by really thinking through the process. For a cabinet, for example, if it's the bottom part of the cabinet, you want to put the pocket holes on the bottom of the bottom. So when you fasten them together and you look inside the cabinet, you don't see them. or on the back. But if pocket holes are your only form of joinery, and sometimes it's inevitable you are going to have some that are visible, different companies make plugs. I don't have any here because I don't use them. But just know that you can do that. You can even fill it with Bondo, sand it down, and if it's going to be painted, easy peasy. And reason number 4, pocket holes are ideal for temporary projects and quick assembly. For example, let's look at this shelf up above here. When I first moved into this space, I put this up here, not really knowing where I wanted everything to be long term. So I was then able to assemble it, and if I ever need to move it, I can take each piece down individually and move it wherever I need to. And the last point to really drive all of this home is pocket hole jigs are not only accessible, but they are also affordable. This was the very first pocket hole jig I ever bought, which is the Craig R3, and you can currently buy it for $35, and it's actually an award-winning system. The nice part about the R3 is you can take it to your project. And I just got this. This is the Craig 320, which is the newer version of the R3, in my opinion, and you can pick this up for $40. And if you're looking for something a little bit more permanent, and if you cut a lot of pocket holes, this is the K5 from Craig, and these are roughly $100 to $120, just kind of depends on any of the extras that you might get. Another option in a different color is the Armor self-adjusting pocket hole jig, and you can find these now on Amazon. I'm not really sure if they still have their website since Bora bought them. These are selling for around $100 as well. And if you cut a lot of pocket holes, I mean a lot, you can get the Craig Foreman, which I'll show here, and get a lot of work done. And that's why over 50% of woodworkers are still using pocket holes. They're fast, they're strong, and they make woodworking easier for everyone. If you don't have a pocket hole jig in your shop yet, get one. It'll change the way you build and put a smile on your face. Tell me in the comments what your next pocket hole project is going to be. Whoops. Why the heck wouldn't they be locked in there? So, crap. It's not even the right one. And if you've ever debated whether if pocket holes were the right not warm in here without the heater on. But you're so loud we can't keep you on. Okay.